Hi, folks. It's Keith Beardsley of the Beardsley Real Estate Team with Century 21. Back today with a market update for the Osgoode-Greeley communities. Two very nice communities, very popular ones on the southern edge of Ottawa. Now, one of the first things people do ask us when we meet them is, how is the market? And well, the best answer is the market's normal. This is a normal market we're in. This is your regular Ottawa region market. Now, houses always sell a little bit faster in the city than in the country, something that country sellers have to keep in mind. There's just fewer buyers out here. So conditions have changed a little bit too now as we move into the fall. So if you look at what's important out there, well, if you're selling, we're back to what it was before, let's say between 2015 and 2019. In other words, before the pandemic. What was important then is important now. Number one, location, location, location. Your location is absolutely crucial. What are the buyers looking at? Well, now they have to go back into the city to work, a lot of them. So it's one of the questions is, how far? What's the traffic like? What's the access to the highways to get me into the city? They're also looking at things like, where are the stores? Where's the hospitals? Where's daycare? Daycare is a big one if they're going back into the city. So there's lots of things that buyers are looking at. What are your neighbors like? If you're sitting next to somebody that's got basically a junkyard, you got a problem. Buyers are very fussy, and they have every reason to be when you consider what they're going to be paying for a mortgage. So number one, definitely location. The second item of importance, price. Absolutely essential in this type of market. You look at what the buyers are paying. The buyer right now, the average buyer is paying somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 a month for a mortgage. That's an awful lot of money. So the buyers are being exceptionally picky. They're looking at everything about that house. And they're trying to bring up a list of positives and a list of negatives. Do the negatives outweigh what they're going to be paying for that mortgage? Or can they live with what that issue is? So keep that in mind. Location and price, absolutely essential. Sellers have to be pretty brutal with their price expectations because buyers aren't just going to give it to them. There's just no way at all. Now, another thing that you've got going that the buyers are considering, condition. What is the condition of that house? If you're paying $3,000 or $4,000 a month mortgage, you don't want to have a whole lot of things that you have to update or extra things that you have to add or, fix something. In COVID, that didn't matter. COVID, the buyers were desperate. They were paying anything and buying any type of house in any condition. Those conditions are gone. So keep that in mind. And of course, for the buyers who are watching this, don't get silly. Yes, there will be a house out there for you. May not be on the market today. You may not see it for another week or so. You'll find one that you're going to like. But when it comes to put an offer in, be serious. Don't waste that seller's time with a real lowball offer because they're not going to take it. And now when you come back with a second offer because you think you really do want that house, you've got a ticked off seller who really doesn't want to deal with you. So both sides, sellers and buyers in this type of market, and this is the market that is your traditional Ottawa market. Both sides have to be realistic and play fair with each other. Otherwise, there's not going to be a deal made. So let's look at those numbers now for Osgoode Greeley and see how they're doing and what's the market like there in this particular community, in these particular communities. Okay, Osgoode, number of sales so far this year, 26. That's up 18.2% from this time last year. So that's a nice jump in sales for Osgoode. Average price for Osgoode, we're looking at 694, 527. So up 5.3% from this time last year. So not bad for Osgoode, just hanging in just under that 700,000. Now, the other number that's very important, the months of inventory. In other words, how long does it take every house to sell? And this is the number that tells whether you're in a buyer's market, seller's market, or so on. So for Osgoode, 2.5 months, which is up from this time last year when it was only 1.9. So they're still in that seller's market, but just hanging on there, almost moving into a balanced market. So Osgoode, the market has definitely slowed down from this time last year, although at the moment it's still a pretty decent market. So let's look at Greeley. What are we looking at in Greeley? Number of sales so far this year is 85. The average price then right now is 981, 351, so down 6.6% from this time last year. Now this is the trend we're seeing in the areas which have very expensive homes. You can imagine if you're paying $3,000, $4,000 for a house that's in the 500s and 600s, double that price for a house that's over $1 million. So really has been under that $1 million average price mark now for a few months running. Months of inventory for Greeley 3.8. So they are really in a balanced market at this point, and that is definitely up from this time last year when it was only 2.6 months. So really the market has slowed a little bit at this time, although really not bad numbers if you're selling in Greeley. I hope that has answered some of the questions about the market in your area. And if there's any way we can help you out, we're happy to do so. Always happy to answer your questions, even if it's on an area that maybe we didn't do here, right? Sometimes people have areas that they're interested in outside of the ones they live in. We do offer a free market evaluation for those that need it. It's no pressure, no arm twisting, no strings attached. Give you an idea what your house is worth. And if you need to go on the market, happy to help you there too. I'm seniors real estate specialist, seller specialist, real estate negotiation expert, certified in all three categories. Plus, been doing this a long time, some 21 years, so know what we're doing and know how to help you out. If you're interested, give us a call, 613-552-0851. You can also go into our website, www.beardsleyteam.ca. You can message us from there, and while you're there, take a look at all of our 5-star Google reviews. Keith Beardsley of the Beardsley Real Estate, wishing you a good day.